Hello students, in this video I will continue with the indifference curve analysis and I will discuss some of the new concepts related with the indifference curve, that is price consumption curve, the derivation of demand curve from PCC, price consumption curve, income consumption curve and angel curve, and the effect of price change, income and substitution effect. All these concepts are related to indifference curve. So you must be clear with the concept of indifference curve in order to understand all these concepts. These concepts are very important for both BCom, pass and honors students. So I will begin my discussion with the first topic, that is price consumption curve. Price consumption curve. If you can remember, in the indifference curve analysis, we assume that the consumer consumes only two goods and the consumer will attain equilibrium when the indifference curve is tangent to the budget line. At the point of tangency between the indifference curve and the budget line, the consumer will attain equilibrium. Indifference curve shows different combination of two goods that gives the consumer same level of satisfaction, whereas the budget line shows different combination of two goods that the consumer can consume with given income and prices of the two goods. Now focus on the budget line. The budget line shows different combination of two goods that the consumer can purchase with given income and price. The price and income is given. Now if we relax this assumption and if we allow the prices to change, then with the change in price of the good, the budget line will also change. The budget line will shift so as the equilibrium point of the consumer. If we assume that price of one good is constant and the income of the consumer is also constant, and we allow the price of another good, that is good X, to vary, to change, then with the increase in price of good X, the budget line will shift to the left side because the consumer will now be able to purchase less of good X, and with the decrease in price of good X, the budget line will shift to the right side because the consumer will be able to buy more of good X. Now with the shift in budget line, the consumer equilibrium position will also change. The consumer's equilibrium position will also change. Now by joining this new equilibrium points of the consumer, we will derive price consumption curve, PCC. So what is PCC? PCC is basically shows the reaction of the consumer to a change in market price of one of the purchasable goods, prices of other good and income remaining same. The PCC indicates the effect of change in price of one commodity on demand for that commodity, income and prices of the other good remaining same. It is derived from the points showing successive equilibrium level of consumption of a consumer due to change in price of a commodity. For example, in this figure, AB is the original budget line and IC1 is the original indifference curve, and the consumer is in equilibrium at point E, where the consumer consumes OH level of good Y and OB level of good, OM level of good X. Now if the price of X good decreases, price of the other good and income of the consumer remaining same, the budget line will shift to the right side because the consumer will be able to purchase more of good X, and the consumer's equilibrium position will also change, and the consumer will attain equilibrium at E1 at a higher indifference curve, IC2. If again the price of good S falls, budget line will shift again to the right side and the new budget line will be AB2. Again the consumer will attain equilibrium at point E2 at higher indifference curve, IC3. So the original equilibrium is point E, then the new equilibrium point is E1, and after that again the new equilibrium point is E2. Now by joining these points by a line, by joining E, E1 and E2, we will get price consumption curve, PCC. Price consumption curve shows the different level of consumption for good X when its price changes, prices of the other good and income of the consumer remaining same. Now you can see that the PCC starts from A, point A. Why? Because if the price of X increases to the highest level, then the consumption of X will be 0. That's why PCC starts from A. At this level, consumption of X is 0. So when it will be possible? It will be possible when the price of X is greatest. So basically PCC is derived by joining the successive equilibrium points when the price of one good changes, price of other good and income remaining same. Now we'll discuss about how we can derive the demand curve from price consumption curve. Demand curve shows different quantities of the commodity at different prices. Now how we can derive demand curve from PCC? I have already explained PCC, how we have derived PCC. It has been derived by joining the successive consumer equilibrium points. In the lower point, in the lower diagram, this point D depicts P1 price and OM level of consumption of good X. In the lower panel, we have taken price of good X on the vertical axis and quantity demanded of good X on the horizontal axis. We can see that this point D corresponds to point M, because in panel A, this is panel A, the consumer consumes OM of good X, and how much the consumer is paying? The total income of the consumer is OA. This is the budget line of the consumer, so the total income of the consumer is OA, and in order to purchase OM units of good X, the consumer is spending how much income? OH. In order to purchase OM, the consumer is spending OH. So this OH, by dividing OH with OM, we can derive the price of good X, which is P1 at OM level of consumption. Similarly, at ON level of consumption, when the price of X falls, the consumer is in equilibrium at point E1. So at point E1, the consumer spends OI level of income to purchase ON level of good X. So how will derive the price at this equilibrium level? We will divide OH income by ON level of quantity and we will get the price. So this is P2. The price is P2 corresponding to level ON. The price has fallen. Similarly, when the consumer is in equilibrium at point E2, in order to purchase OR level of good X, how much the consumer is spending? The consumer is spending OJ. Remember, the total income of consumer is OA. This is the total income. And at E2, the consumer is consuming OR of good X and it is spending how much income? OJ. So by dividing OJ with OR level of quantity, we will get price P3, which corresponds to point G. Now by joining these points D, F, G, we will get the demand curve, DDX, demand curve of the consumer. So basically, in order to derive the demand curve from PCC, first you have to draw the PCC. Then we'll derive the successive units of consumption from PCC. At point E, it is OM, so we'll derive OM corresponding to this OM level of consumption. We'll derive OM level of consumption at price P1. Then ON level of consumption corresponding to E1 at price OP2, and corresponding to E2 OR level of consumption at price P3. This is point G, and by joining these points we will get the demand curve. This is how we will derive demand curve from PCC. The next topic of discussion is income consumption curve. In price consumption curve, we assume that price of one good will change, price of other good and income of the consumer will remain same. In case of income consumption curve, we will assume that the income of the consumer will change, price of both the goods will remain same. So when we will allow the income of the consumer to change, the budget line will also shift like this. AB is the original budget line and the consumer is in equilibrium at point E1 at IC1. If the income of the consumer increases, prices of the two goods remaining same. If income of the consumer increases, अगर consumer का income increase होता है तो consumer दोनों goods ज़्यादा खरीद सकता है, तो इससे budget line shift करेगा राइट साइड. इसलिए दोनों साइड में शिफ्ट हुआ है क्योंकि अभी कंज्यूमर दोनों गुड खरीद सकता है. So the consumer will attain equilibrium at a higher indifference curve IC2 at point E2. If there is a further increase in income of the consumer, the budget line will shift to A2, B2. Again, if there is increase in income, it will shift to A3, B3. And corresponding to these budget lines, the consumer will attain a higher indifference curve, equilibrium at a higher indifference curve. So E1 represents the original equilibrium level where the consumer consumes Y1 level of good Y and X1 level of good X. E2 represents higher level of consumer equilibrium because of increase in income, and here it consumes Y2 level of good Y and X2 level of good X. Similarly, E3 and E4 represents higher level of equilibrium. Now by joining these equilibrium points by a line, by joining these equilibrium points by a straight line, we will get income consumption curve. So basically, what is income consumption curve? The income consumption curve is the locus of successive equilibrium points of the consumer, and each point is a point of tangency of an indifference curve with a budget line. Now here the good is normal good. We have shown the ICC in case of a normal good. Normal good means the demand for which increases with the increase in income. Figure 1.4 represents income consumption curve where good X is an inferior good but good Y is a normal good. Inferior means low quality good जिसका डिमांड कम होता है इनकम बढ़ने से. तो अगर ओरिजिनल इक्विलिब्रियम E है एट पॉइंट E at budget line AB, and at point E the consumer consumes OY1 of good Y and OX1 of good X. तो इनकम बढ़ने के साथ अभी क्या होगा, X का कंजम्पशन कम हो जाएगा. X का कंजम्पशन कम हो जाएगा क्योंकि X यहाँ पे inferior good है. So when income of the consumer increases, the budget line shift to A1B1 and the consumer is in equilibrium at point E1. But you can see that at point E1 कंज्यूमर का कंजम्पशन X का कंजम्पशन कम हो गया है और Y का बढ़ गया. Y का बढ़ गया और X का कम हो गया है क्योंकि X इंफीरियर है. अगर इनकम फिर बढ़ता है कंज्यूमर का तो X का कंजम्पशन और कम हो जाएगा, Y का और बढ़ेगा. और एट पॉइंट E3 consumption of X will be lower, whereas consumption of Y is higher. तो X का कंजम्पशन कम होता जा रहा है इनकम कम होने से और Y का बढ़ रहा है. और फिर से जब हम ज्वाइन करेंगे इक्विलिब्रियम पॉइंट्स को, हमको क्या मिलेगा, इनकम कंजम्पशन कर्व. सो इन दिस केस इनकम कंजम्पशन कर्व ये बेंड होता है टुवर्ड्स द वाई एक्सिस, बेंड होगा टुवर्ड्स द वाई एक्सिस. फिगर 1.5 इन दिस केस इट इज द ऑपोजिट. यहाँ पे y इंफीरियर है और x नॉर्मल. y इंफीरियर है मतलब इनकम बढ़ने के साथ साथ y का कंजम्पशन कम होता जाएगा. ये हम देख सकते हैं कि ओरिजिनल इक्विलिब्रियम इज E एट IC1 एंड द बजट लाइन इज AB. इनकम अगर बढ़ गया तो बजट लाइन शिफ्ट करेगा A1 B1 एंड द कंज्यूमर विल बी इक्विलिब्रियम एट पॉइंट E1. एट पॉइंट E1 वी कैन सी द कंज्यूमर्स in consumption of X has increased, consumption of X has increased, but consumption of Y, earlier it was Y1 but now it is less than Y1, it is less than Y1 at point E1. And if income further increases, consumption of Y will decrease further, whereas consumption of X will increase. And at point E3 the consumption of Y is lowest and X is the highest. तो अगर y इंफीरियर गुड है और x अगर नॉर्मल गुड है, द ICC इंडिफरेंस इनकम कंजम्पशन कर्व ये किस तरफ बेंड करेगा, x एक्सिस की तरफ. सो यहाँ पे भी सक्सेसिव इक्विलिब्रियम पॉइंट्स को ज्वाइन करके हमने ICC को निकाला है एंड द ICC बेंड्स टुवर्ड्स द हॉरिजॉन्टल एक्सिस बिकॉज y इज इंफीरियर एंड x इज नॉर्मल. द नेक्स्ट concept is Engel curve. The Engel curve is named after a German statistician, Ernest Engel. And what the Engel curve shows, the Engel curve describes how household expenditure on a particular group or service varies with household income. The Engel curve tracks the consumption for good X as individual income increases. Engel curve क्या शो करता है, एंजल कर्व शो करता है कि x का कंजम्पशन कैसे चेंज होता है जब भी इनकम चेंज होता है. आईसीसी में हमने क्या दिखाया, आईसीसी में हमने दिखाया कि दोनों गुड का कंजम्पशन कैसे चेंज होता है, दोनों गुड का कंजम्पशन कैसे चेंज होता है जब इनकम चेंज होता है. क्योंकि इनकम बढ़ेगा तो कंज्यूमर दोनों गुड ज्यादा खरीदेगा, तो आईसीसी दोनों गुड का शो करता है. जबकि एंजल कर्व ये सिर्फ एक गुड का शो करेगा, चेंज इन कंजम्पशन व्हेन इनकम चेंजेस, सिर्फ एक गुड का शो करेगा दोनों गुड में से. सो वी कैन डिराइव द एंजल कर्व फ्रॉम इनकम कंजम्पशन कर्व. I have already explained the income consumption curve. In this case both the goods are normal goods, and with the increase in income the budget line shifts, the consumer attains a higher level of equilibrium, and by joining those successive equilibrium we will derive the income consumption curve. Now how we can derive Engel curve from income consumption curve? We can see that when income increases the consumer purchases higher level of both the goods, but in Engel curve we will show only one good. That's why we have taken good X on the vertical axis and income on the horizontal axis, sorry, vertical axis, and good X on the horizontal axis. So in case of Engel curve we will depict the income on the vertical axis. Now we will transfer the various combination of income and quantity of X purchased by the consumer from panel A to panel B. जैसे कि यहाँ पे at point E the consumer is consuming OF good X. So this is point G at lower panel B. Here also the consumer is consuming OA of good X. And how much the consumer is spending? The consumer is spending OM3 of income at point G. So this point G is corresponds to point E. Point H corresponds to point E, and point K corresponds to point E. So by joining these successive points, we will derive the angel curve. The point G here represents point E in panel A. Point H represents point E1 at panel A, and point K represents point E1. So by joining these points, we will get the angel curve. And this angel curve shows change in only one good, change in consumption of one good as the consumer income changes. Now this is the last topic and a very important topic related to indifference curve analysis, which is price change and income and substitution effect. We know that with the fall in price of good X, अगर एक गुड का प्राइस कम होता है, income and price of other good remaining same, the consumer will consume more of commodity X whose price is fallen. जिसका प्राइस कम हो जाता है कंज्यूमर उसको ज्यादा कंज्यूम करता है. जब X का प्राइस कम हो जाएगा कंज्यूमर उसको ज्यादा कंज्यूम करेगा. उसको हम बोलेंगे प्राइस इफेक्ट. प्राइस इफेक्ट. What is price effect? Price effect means change in the consumption of one good because of its price change. Now this price effect we can divide into two parts: income effect and substitution effect. What is income effect? When the price of X decreases, जब X का price decrease होता है, income and price of other good remaining same, the consumer real income increases. If the consumer purchases the previous combination, he has some surplus money. मतलब अगर X का प्राइस कम हो गया और कंज्यूमर पहले जितना खरीदता था X अभी भी अगर उतना ही खरीद रहा है तो कंज्यूमर के पास पैसा सेव होगा, बचेगा उसके पास, क्योंकि X का प्राइस कम हो गया है. अभी उस बचे हुए प्राइस से कंज्यूमर दोनों गुड को खरीद सकता है, X को भी ज़्यादा खरीद सकता है और B को भी ज़्यादा खरीद सकता है. इसको हम बोलेंगे इनकम इफेक्ट. और जब दूसरा फैक्टर है वह है सब्स्टिट्यूशन इफेक्ट. जब किसी गुड का प्राइस चेंज होता है तो वो गुड चीपर हो जाता है कंपेयर टू इट्स सब्स्टिट्यूट. जैसे कि अगर हम पेप्सोडेंट और कोलगेट का बात करें, जब पेप्सोडेंट का प्राइस कम हो जाएगा तो पेप्सोडेंट कोलगेट के कंपेयर में चीपर हो जाएगा. तो हम क्या करेंगे, पेप्सोडेंट सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे कोलगेट से, वो हो जाएगा सब्स्टिट्यूशन इफेक्ट. व्हेन द प्राइस ऑफ गुड X फॉल्स, द कमोडिटी X बिकम्स रिलेटिवली चीपर देन कमोडिटी Y. As a result, substitution effect takes place. That means the consumer will substitute good X for good Y. इसको हम बोलेंगे substitution effect. So price effect. What is price effect? Price effect means change in कंजम्पशन ऑफ गुड वाई एज व्हेन इट्स प्राइस चेंजेस. ये है प्राइस इफेक्ट. और ये फिर डिवाइड होता है दो इफेक्ट में, इनकम इफेक्ट और सब्स्टिट्यूशन इफेक्ट में. सो दो मेथड्स है इसको शो करने के लिए, एक है हिक्सियन और एक है स्लस्की. तो पहले हम शो करेंगे द हिक्सियन मेथड. यहाँ पे हम देख सकते हैं कि ओरिजिनल बजट लाइन कौन सा है, ए बी, एंड द कंज्यूमर इज इन इक्विलिब्रियम एट पॉइंट E1 at IC1. And how much the consumer consumes at point U1? The consumer consumes OX1 of good X and OY1 of good Y. Now, if the price of good X falls, the budget line will shift. It will shift to the right side. So the new budget line is AB1. And at this new budget line, the consumer is in equilibrium at higher indifference curve IC2 at point E2, and at point E2 the consumer consumes OX2 of good X and OY2 of good Y. So from this E1 to E2 from x1 to x2. This is the price effect, the total effect that we called the effect of change in price. Now we can divide this price effect into income and substitution effect. इसको करने के लिए हम क्या करेंगे, जब कंज्यूमर ने ज़्यादा कंज्यूम किया एक्स को, उसका प्राइस कम होने से, तो हमने क्या देखा कि इनकम भी कंज्यूमर का बढ़ जाता है. जब एक्स किसी भी गुड का प्राइस कम होता है, इनकम भी बढ़ जाता है. नाउ व्हाट विल बी द कंज्यूमर्स ऑप्टिमम कॉम्बिनेशन? जब हम उसके रियल इनकम को सेम रखेंगे. सब्स्टिट्यूशन इफेक्ट को दिखाने के लिए हम क्या करेंगे, कंज्यूमर का जो इनकम बढ़ गया एक्स का प्राइस कम होने से, उसको हम उससे वापस ले लेंगे. मैं फिर से बोलता हूँ, ओरिजिनल इक्विलिब्रियम E1 है और एक्स का प्राइस कम होने से अभी कंज्यूमर कहाँ पे पहुँच गया, E1 से E2. ये टोटल प्राइस इफेक्ट है. अभी जब भी प्राइस कम होता है किसी भी गुड का, तो इनकम उसका बढ़ जाता है. अभी सब्स्टिट्यूशन इफेक्ट को दिखाने के लिए हम जो इनकम उसका बढ़ गया प्राइस कम होने से, उसको हम वापस ले लेंगे. कैसे वापस ले लेंगे? हम एक लोअर बजट लाइन ड्रॉ करेंगे पैरेलल टू AB1. विल ड्रॉ ए न्यू बजट लाइन पैरेलल टू AB1 which is A2B2, and we'll draw this budget line in such a way that it goes from IC1. ये IC1 को टच करते हुए जाएगा. सो इससे नया इक्विलिब्रियम कौन सा होगा? न्यू इक्विलिब्रियम विल बी E3. सो नया बजट लाइन ड्रॉ करना है. नया बजट लाइन क्यों ड्रॉ करना है? क्योंकि हमको कंज्यूमर का जो इनकम बढ़ गया है उसको हमको वापस लेना है सब्स्टिट्यूशन इफेक्ट को दिखाने के लिए. तो इसके लिए हम पैरेलल एक डायग्राम बजट लाइन ड्रॉ किया, A2B2 पैरेलल टू AB1, and this new budget line intersects the indifference curve at point E3. So the consumer is in equilibrium at point E3 where it consumes OX3 of good X and OY3 of good Y. So this change from X1 to X2, that is E1 to E3, this is the substitution effect. This is the substitution effect of change in price of good X. And from E3 to E2, that is X3 to X2, this is the income effect. Substitution effect and income effect. Adding those two will get the price effect. The total change is price effect. So this is how Higgs shows the substitution and income effect of a change in price of one good. This is the Slutsky method. How Slutsky explained the substitution and income effect. The analysis is same. You see, the original budget line is A, B, and the consumer is in equilibrium at point E1, where the consumer consumes OX1 of good X. Now, if the price of good X falls, the budget line will shift to the right side, A, B1. Here, the consumer will attain a higher indifference curve IC3, and the new equilibrium position is E2, and the consumer consumes OX2 at point E2. So from E1 to E2, this is the total effect, price effect. Now, in order to break up price effect into substitution and effect and income effect, what Slutsky did, Slutsky isolated the substitution effect. What Higgs did that he isolated the income. इनकम बढ़ जाता है एक्स का प्राइस कम होने से, तो हिग्स ने इनकम को आइसोलेट किया, जबकि स्लस्की ने क्या किया, उसने सब्स्टिट्यूशन इफेक्ट को आइसोलेट किया. Slutsky suggests that as we change the price of X, we adjust the consumer's money income so that he can afford his original consumption model. Doing so would lead to the budget line shift from AB1 to A2B2, which passes through E1. तो हम एक पैरेलल बजट लाइन ड्रॉ करेंगे सब्स्टिट्यूशन इफेक्ट को आइसोलेट करने के लिए. वो बजट लाइन कौन सा होगा? A2B2, जो कि पैरेलल होगा AB1 के, और ये E1 पॉइंट को कट करते हुए जाएगा. इसको टच करते हुए जाएगा. So at the new budget line A2 B2, the consumer will attain equilibrium at a higher indifference curve compared to IC1, which is IC3. The consumer will be in equilibrium at point E3, and how much X the consumer will consume? The consumer will consume OX3 of good X. Now Slutsky suggests that the movement from E1 to E3 is the substitution effect. That is X1 X3, and the movement from E3 to E2 is the income effect of a price change, and X1 to X2 it is the total effect, price effect. So in this way Slutsky explained the breakup of price effect. What is the difference between Slutsky effect and Hicksian method? In the Hicksian method, the consumer equilibrium is on the same indifference curve. You can see that point E3 and E1 is on the same indifference, whereas in the Slutsky method, E3 is on a higher indifference curve compared to IC1. This is the basic difference between both these methods. The Slutsky method is superior to the Hicks method because in Slutsky method the consumer attains greater satisfaction because the consumer is in a higher indifference curve IC3 compared to IC1. So in this way Slutsky showed the breakup of price effect into income effect and substitution effect. So these diagrams, you have to try to draw these diagrams as shown in these figures. So this is all about this analysis. Please go through very carefully. These concepts are difficult, but if you go through these concepts you will understand. Thank you.